David says, hello, Rip. I really appreciate the Starting Strength website and podcast. Information has been very helpful. One thing I'm not seeing, or maybe I just missed it, is how to fail the last rep of the squat. I have never done it. I think I have never had enough nerve to squat down with a lot of weight if I wasn't sure I could get back up. Is there a safest way to drop a heavy bar? Am I training too conservatively by never risking bailing out on a squat rep? I do train in a gym that has a rack with crossbars. I'm also 60 years old. Oh, this is a rich field here. Dave, listen to me, hun. Dave, my friend, Dave, buddy, you are 60 years old. There is no way for you to safely bail out of a squat. Whether you're in a rack or not, you're going to hurt yourself if you bail out of a squat. Bailing out of a squat is what young, lazy guys do when they are training with bumper plates on the bar in a CrossFit gym where everybody's been taught to bail out of a squat. All right? First, don't bail out of a squat. Finish your set. Pick the weight on the bar correctly. Don't bail out of a squat and don't give yourself permission to bail out of a squat. Force yourself to finish the set. It's a set of 5. You do the 5th rep. If you don't know that you can do the 5th rep, you know how you find out whether you can do the 5th rep? You do the 5th rep. If you get stuck at the bottom, you learn something. If you don't get stuck at the bottom and you finish the 5th rep, you learn something. Either way, you learn something. You bail out of it. If you rack it at 4, you hadn't learned anything. Okay? You have got to push on heavy things. Pushing on heavy things means that at some point the bar speed is going to slow down. And to you, it's going to feel like what it's now popular to call a grind. You have to do that. I'm sorry, if you want to get strong, you have to lift things that are occasionally at the limit of your ability, because that is the stress to which you adapt. If you don't ask yourself to adapt to a force production event that is at the edge of your ability, then your ability doesn't increase. This is fundamental training theory. If you never ask yourself for a limit extension of your force production capacity, then it's not going to go up. This is part of the deal. I mean, gains are easy for the first 4 or 5 months, but at some point, things are going to get heavy. Things are going to get hard. That's part of this deal, okay? And part of the deal is also you correctly deciding how much you're going to do today. It's got to be more than last time. But if the jump's too big, you may not be able to take it. Okay? Now, if you're standing inside a rack that has crossbars and you dump the bar on the pins, guess what happens? You just bought a barbell because you just bent the barbell. You don't drop the bar on the pins because it'll bend the bar. Not every bar is as good as a starting strength bar. And you go in a commercial gym and start dropping their bars in the rack, they may ask you to leave. I would. You come into my gym and dump a bar on the pins inside the rack, you and I are going to have a serious discussion about why that occurred. And if I'm not satisfied with the answer, you get to train someplace else, because your membership doesn't pay for new equipment at my gym. It pays to keep the lights on. Right? I don't need you in there fucking my stuff up. So I'm going to escort you out the door. Right? But the key here is for you to understand how to approach your squat training. All right? You are responsible for doing hard things. And doing hard things sometimes takes gathering up your balls and going down with a rep that you don't know whether or not you can squat back up. It's part of what we do. That's part of the reason why strength training, the way we do it, affects not only your physical well-being, but this part too. Because the hardest part of a limit rep is here. Okay? It's you making up your mind to find out whether or not you can do something you don't know that you can do.